It's life, Jim, but not as we know it, not as we know it, not as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it, not as we know it. I'm not.
You should be. It's the best podcast out there.
Welcome to the 50th edition.
The Christmas episode. Ting, ting, ting.
Is that purge or what?
Ting, 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 ting.
Let's say, do we have the sound of that going?
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's very ambient. I like it.
Ambient
Right.
noise coming back.
It's going to answer standby mode.
How you guys doing?
We're very red-faced. We're in the jolly
is?
mood. Christmas Eve.
Let's have a party.
The day of the doctor.
Yeah, let's play Jingle Bells. That's an even better idea. That's what I was hoping you were saying. But
No.
missed out.
You don't get it, but you do get this beer. Rogues. Santa's Private Reads. Did you just go to drink that?
No, I sniffed it.
This is a Christmas beer. I've been saving part of the Rogue's winter, my friends. Another Rogue beer for us all to drink.
Rogue
Together.
5, if you will.
This is actually like Rogue 2, I think. Prost. Prost, Nat. Hold on.
Prost.
Prost. There we go.
Swallow there.
That's what she said. Ooh, it's hoppy.
I like that. It's not too happy. That's
Like a
good.
pale ale, yeah. It's like a pale ale hop.
It made my lips do a little, but it's alright. I like it.
There's some spices mixed in there, like in the middle, not on the end or in the beginning, but like in the middle. There's some spice. I like it.
Okay. So, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm wearing my Christmas gift from Timothy Taratz, my little brother.
I also am, as well.
Now you gotta get him to dance.
I am as well. Live long and prosper.
Because you're a big Trekkie. I wouldn't know that. It's one of the things you are.
Because I'm a stuck-up nerd, and you're an animal.
I'm
You're a
an
man beast.
incredibly intelligent
You're a man beast.
engineer and ship mechanic
You're a man beast.
and hero from my homeworld of Kashyyyk
He's also very good at putting together robots. If you know that.
and ripping apart. And go to my wife's YouTube page or my wife's Facebook page to see me dancing in this.
You should post that somewhere.
That's all. Fin fang foom people. No,
And that's it.
so there's not much going on for Christmas.
Well, we had a nice Christmas dinner exchange, gift exchange yesterday. That was pretty fun.
We did.
I almost wore the robe over, but I thought it looked weird with the jacket. One of these days I'm going to wear the doctor outfit with that over it and wear it over here, though. So.
They're going to bed. You know, I'm going to bed. I'm done. Matt Smith.
Well, then you can wear this
doctor.
and we can go double Macklemore, so it's good.
Do some kicks. I can do the bird flappy arms. Those are his dances. His two dances.
Well, he's a white guy. I mean, so yeah, Did you enjoy the dinner?
Yeah,
The vegetable dish you brought over is delicious. It was very good.
I was on the fly, man, off the cuff, off the top of my head. I was like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna make some stir fry tonight. Stir fry some vegetables.
Well, it's good. It was better than the chips and salsa.
Just put random things in
that
there.
lasted a long time because I had salsa for like 4 weeks after that.
I know, and you gotta keep buying chips. That's good salsa, though, right? Come on, it's got the black beans in it.
It wasn't
Price
as,
Chopper salsa, good stuff.
it wasn't as good as I love Wegmans, the little artisan salsa they have.
Oh, the little ones, yeah.
Yeah.
If the regular big one,
No,
there's not any chunks.
Their
in the big
little
one.
artisan
It's very
salsa
sad.
are really tasty. It was good dinner. We had a lot of fun. Aiden had a lot of fun seeing everyone, of course.
Did he go to bed afterwards?
He did.
Ran like a little
He
wild
screamed once a night. I think he might have had a bad dream or something because we went in there and just was like still sleeping. So he must have like some kind of. He did. He did wake up from his nap and we were watching Shaun of the Dead, like the bloodiest part at the end. So maybe he was dreaming of zombies. I don't know. Sorry.
Possibly.
Sorry.
Sorry, child, for scarring you.
Yeah, he kept saying, "Don't say that." When I said zombies, I was like, "Okay."
The Walking Dead. See,
He has once seen a little piece of The Walking Dead.
He also said in conversation, George Clooney is my friend. I know George Clooney, he's my friend.
Oh, Jess made him change the name of the elephant.
To what?
Do you know what the name was before?
No.
Well, he was going to name him Root Beer. He was going to name Root Beer.
Yeah.
But Root Beer is his dog's name. That's the name on the dog. So Jess changed it, and I went, Aiden, that's the dog's name. So then he goes, and I went, what's the elephant's name? He goes, dog's name. I was like,
he's like, your move.
So he kept on the dog's name, and just made him change it to Ramon, the elephant.
I like dog's name better. I'm just saying.
He kept it's the dog's name. I'm like, no, it's not. Why do you parrot?
See,
everything?
then it's like an inside joke for him.
He like parrots everything I say to him. I made a rookie present mistake this morning. Rookie. We were up to about 1. We're trying to finish a big project that is going to be a present for someone, but it's a big project.
For me?
It's daunting. No. I thought I gave you a pretty nice present, jerk. But I left the box. I'd open it up to see, make sure everything was in there, everything was intact. Of the stuff I got from Think Geek. And I left it sitting there, and he walked out before me. Because he comes and wakes you up. He goes, "It's 7:43 or whatever it is on the clock." I'll say it to you. It's like, okay, get up.
That's smart of him, though.
It's usually 7:00, which means he was up earlier than that. But we told him he couldn't get up till 7. So, so he goes, "It's 7:00," and he's like, "Okay, I'm getting up." So we got up, and he's like, "What's this?" And like, "Oh, nothing." And the box was open with the stuff sticking out, but for some reason he didn't put 2 and 2 together at the time, which was good. I'll just make these the presents from me and Mom or something instead of from Santa because he already saw them. But shit.
Yeah, that's like we were bringing them over. I'm like, we can't receive these are from Santa. We can't make him wait for the presents. So we'll just say they're from us.
No, that's what we were gonna.
He'll get enough presents from Santa. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure he's gonna get a ton. So, and we already have several presents for him from Santa already. So.
Both those objects we bought from the zoo, believe it or not.
That puzzle was weird. We tried to do it today, and it was like some of the pieces don't really connect. They just kind of lay next to each other.
There's an extra
one
piece
doesn't
too.
really. Yeah, there was. There was an extra piece.
The rope was through that originally, and I thought it was a piece. I was like, oh, this is a piece because the back has something on it.
Iguanas?
Well, because the back has something on it, so I was like, oh, this is a piece, and I put it in the box, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, then one of the pieces doesn't really fit in the box too well, and it's like
bent. The really big one, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like bent.
You have to put that one in first, basically, because it's giant.
I need to flatten it somehow though, because it's like curved, so it doesn't really fit in the puzzle too well either. I don't know, but he was enjoying it for like half the time. And he's like, Polar Express on, forget this.
Because all kids love Polar Express.
He's watched it like 18 times already this year. We have a plan to do something with this door. I'm probably not going to do it in time for Christmas, obviously, because it's Christmas Eve right now.
Like the silence.
Or Christmas, whenever or the day after Christmas, whenever this goes up. Could be Boxing Day at this point. But we're gonna
today could be Boxing Day.
We're gonna paint his door like a TARDIS. We're gonna make it because I have the TARDIS blue paint from the making his TARDIS. And then I saw this police box decal that you can get for it was like $10 or something on Amazon. Just stick it up on there.
So then his room is a TARDIS.
We have to redo his door anyway because it still says Baby Aedan on it. So I'm like,
Baby Aedan.
Not really baby anymore. So he's a big boy.
Nope. At least he thinks he is. Him and George Clooney are hanging out.
And I also...
He's a new Matt Damon, basically.
For most people know that I do jewelry and stuff like that. I do chainmail jewelry, some wire wrapping stuff. I did...
Spoilers!
Spoilers. I did one of my personal goals. First time this morning, this is jewel called the Tree of Life. It's a pendant that is wire wrapped with jewels in it.
Tree of Life? With George Clooney? Connection.
It
right there, conspiracy theorists.
Has George Clooney's face
Illuminati, there you go, right there.
Has George Clooney's face in it, I believe, so it's...
Aiden knows him, Matt's making movies with him, kind of.
And making pendants for him, so it's good. What do you got here, bud? What do you got?
What do I got? I got nothing.
Got a whole steaming pile of nothing.
Lots of house cleaning.
Shouldn't you have like a 50th anniversary thing or something?
We're getting ready. I do. It's called I Let You Come to My House.
He did give me some delicious lunch.
What?
Thanks, Jamie, for making that. Because I grabbed some.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really tasty.
Well, because she made a lot, and she's like, "Oh, it's all for you." I'm like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to eat all this before it goes bad. There's so much of it."
I'm glad I could help then, because I forgot to have lunch before I came here. I'm like, I got here, and I was like, my arms looking.
I was actually going to ask if you wanted to go to lunch, but then I had that, and I was like, okay, well, hopefully
Well, then it worked out perfectly.
For himself, hopefully.
It worked out perfectly.
Hopefully he's not going to die of starvation. I made a turkey for the first time. That was fun.
By the way, our second unofficial beer of the day.
Big Flats, people. This is what we drink during our rehearsal a lot because Jimmy doesn't drink good beer.
And it's $3 for a 6-pack.
Yeah, which is amazing. Can't beat it. And it doesn't taste horrible.
So how's the turkey... I can start to smell it now. It smells pretty good.
Well, because basically, I was thinking I was just going to put it in the oven and Jamie was going to kind of do the rest, but it cooks very fast because it's light. It's just the breast part of the turkey. It's not the wings and the legs.
So do you have the wings and legs, or does
no? It's just a bag with that in. Yeah. Yeah, neither do I. And but yeah, I had I thought I was just gonna put it in the oven and James was gonna do something with it, so I wasn't prepared to do anything with it. But then she's basically like, "Oh, I'm gonna be at work like all day."
Yeah, she's there till late, isn't she?
Well, originally she was supposed to come home for a little bit.
Oh.
So I put some. I basically just put some herbs on it, some herbs.
And a little adobo.
No, I actually didn't use adobo this time Italian season.
I remember adobo a lot of stuff. Sorry.
No, I thought Italian seasoning is going to go well with this bird. I kind of feel it out.
It's going to go well with this Boyd.
I put my hand on the bird. I
put your hand in the bird?
No, that was gross, man. I'm not really grossed out by
You
raw
can't
meat
see
a
my
lot,
arm.
but like it was
Not doing
just
good things.
there's a lot of grossness going on there, and it's just like you're gonna stay right there. You're gonna do your thing, bird. We're gonna be cool, but
Do you like giblets in there or something? Or how, it's just the breast meat on the bones?
no, it's just breast meat. Yeah.
On the bones, just like
Yeah.
like the carcass. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Like if you're decapitated,
Yeah,
with your
that's-
head, arms, and legs.
Like some guy like really relishes in his job. He's like, ah, this is my wife. Ah!
Yeah, it was
He
weird.
takes it all as aggression.
It was it's interesting.
Oh,
but
take out the garbage, huh?
it is what it is, you know.
That guy rips off 25 chicken legs an hour or turkey legs an hour.
Well, and it'll be good enough for I guess none of her family likes the dark meat, so whatever. It's,
So those are like huge breasts or something.
yeah, it's pretty big. It's like it's not. It's like a 7 pounds of
Like it's got
white meat.
maybe some augmentation going on. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, it looks it's small on the small side for a turkey.
It's like if you ripped off Pamela Anderson's arms and legs.
It's almost chicken. It's almost like a big chicken sized. So it's not gonna be a lot of leftovers, which is the sad part. But it is what it is. We're still gonna have a delicious dinner.
That's all that matters. Delicious dinners.
We're also gonna do some quinoa tomorrow.
I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, I'm not going to be here, but I'm excited about it.
I'll take pictures of it, man, and post it on Instagram.
I like quinoa.
I
It's
do
delicious.
Instagram.
And yours is really good.
Yeah. So besides that, I've just been sitting around playing Final Fantasy XIV,
How's that going?
which I got for $7.
On
There's a Steam sale like a couple weeks
PlayStation
ago.
4?
No.
Oh, on
it's
the
not.
computer.
It will be on PlayStation 4 though, but I got it on like Steam sale a couple weeks ago, and listening to the Dead Authors podcast. I talked about this podcast before, and I think you've heard a couple of them. It's freaking amazing, and I haven't listened to it in a while, so I've been catching up on all the back ones, and they just had Jason Mantzoukas as Plato, and it was pretty fantastic.
Because Jason Mantzoukas is probably one of the funniest human beings ever lived.
Yeah, and
And slash insane.
it was funny because he really like tried to go because they don't have like a script, but they kind of like facts about the person and like fun facts about the person that the person whoever is playing him could bring in the conversation. And so it started out kind of like that, or Shakespeare was like being kind of reserved and like kind of riffing off the facts and stuff, and then he just went full Jason Mantzoukas.
Man's full Rafi.
Talking about wrestling people because Plato in Greek means wide forehead, and he's like yeah when I get him into the ground I just start riding him and I'd be like, what's my name? yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah, I actually got just to listen to one of the how did they get made, the last one with Crossroads on. I don't know if you watched it.
I did listen to it,
but I had her listen.
Had
to
a
it.
lot of
She
time
thought it was pretty
listening.
funny. She's like, "What? Those guys are really messed up." I'm like, "Yeah, well, they are in the league, and their characters are sort of closer to them than you would think." You know, I mean,
Paul Shear's actually cooler than
Paul Shear
Andre,
doesn't wear
though.
douchey clothes,
Yeah.
but he's still got that really great awkward personality.
Okay, he does have Bonobos sponsoring him though. If you ever go to the Bonobos website, it's pretty douchey clothes.
I don't know if he wears it
For
often.
the slimmer fit.
So you're saying Nick could shop there because he likes the slim fit stuff.
Did you get him a slim fit jacket?
Yeah.
There we go.
It was like a Korean jacket.
So I won't post this till Christmas, so that's okay.
He already know he's already wearing it
I see.
because he didn't have a jacket. Supposedly, Mom told me. So she's like, I'm like, just take it out of the package.
They didn't have a jacket.
And then he wrote to me, I love the jacket. I was like, all right, I won. It's good.
I just gave him a hand-me-down, basically. But
Yeah, but it's good hand-me-down.
It's good hand-me-down.
It's a really good starter kit for.
yeah,
for
like
something.
I was
We won't go
thinking,
into it unless it is supposed to have for Christmas, but you know.
No, I post on Christmas, so I'll have it out by then. And I also sent him because I forgot to send him the HDMI cable. So I ordered one and had it two day to him. Well, because we only had the one for mine.
So I had like 3. I could have given.
And I misplaced the other one. I had one that came with it, obviously, but I misplaced it. And so I was like, I'll send this out, and then if I find it, I'll send it. And I couldn't find it, but I was like, you know what? I'll just buy one because they're like $7.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
2 day shipping.
I remember when they're like $50 a cable.
I know. I sent him an
They're crazy.
HDMI, and I
They
sent him
used to be-
HDMI
It's
to.
insane.
I sent him an
That's now.
HDMI to component, so that he has 2 different options, and also a HDMI to VGA, so he has 3 options. He can plug in his
Jeez.
computer if he wants. It's a dual plug.
What the?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil my little brother.
Spoil him. You're cute.
Your little brother. Even with that creeper
Even
mustache.
Creeper mustache.
Yeah,
Hey, if
creeper
you're watching
mustache.
this, creeper mustache. Dude.
Sorry, dude. You got to work on it.
I'm not trying to hate it. Your friend's probably going to watch it anyway. So
it's probably about as good as the one I
We
grew,
love
so.
you. Creeper mustache. So. I actually almost wore the goatee that I had because I finally shaved, trimmed it down today. Just a little bit of stubble today.
Do you like the classic stubble, like the little bit? See, I'm a clean shaven guy. I like to get all the way down to the skin.
Not anymore. I used to be like that. Jess kind of likes it like this, and I kind of like being lazy. Cause I don't like to use, do the whole razor thing every time.
What are you using, like an electric razor?
Yeah, I'm using a nice electric razor. Oh, that's probably Jess saying.
I know how much you like those.
Something else while you're gone. Damn it.
So we have no topics.
I have two for you to talk about. First of all, GTA has announced that they're going to be doing some online Christmas gifts for the GTA Online. So
what does that mean?
I don't exactly know what it means. But from what I read,
they already give $500,000.
They're gonna do a little Christmas content where you can get like I think you can win stuff like elf ears or like antlers or masks. Like
every game
mask
ever.
Yeah, but it's a little goofy thing for people that are playing, and they're gonna put snow on the ground until January 5th. It's in the city, so that's kind of cool.
So get on that, Nick, because that's one of the games.
If you like that, it's kind of fun. Yeah, get on that. If you're on that, let me know because we'll play. I haven't played in a while, but I don't got any games playing right now because I played Season 2, Episode 1 of The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
I already beat it, though, I was like, oh,
yeah, because that's on PlayStation 3, but not PlayStation 4.
And, boy, you were missing out, buddy.
That's a bad segue. You talk about that first, and then I'll segue again to the next topic. So I want to hear a little bit about it, though. No spoilers, though. Because I do want to play it.
It's tough. You play as Clementine, which that's kind of a spoiler.
You just give the overview. That's not a spoiler.
But
you said
it's Clementine trying to get through the world, and like right in the beginning, the big things happen that kind of change the world that she's in, the stability that she has.
Lee's alive again.
No, Lee's pretty good.
I'm alive.
They said that they didn't, because everybody's like, oh, what if she missed and Lee was a zombie or something. Like, no, that's at least in my game, because I definitely killed him. They said you definitely kill him. They basically said
murderballed. I murderballed Lee.
I shot him, but he came back as a zombie.
Because I trained my Clementine. By the way, the spoilers for Walking Dead Season 1. Play Walking Dead Season 1 already if you haven't played it.
Yeah, you're a jerk.
Just turn this off. Go download it. It's like $7 right now. Okay?
And it's awesome.
Steam sale, people.
It is an awesome game.
Yeah, and if you haven't played it, you're stupid. Okay?
He said it. It was the best game of last year.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking Last of Us, but that came out this year.
Last of Us came out this year. And what? Oh, next week is going to be our best of, worst of. Well, we'll do that next week. Best of, worst of the year. So get your stuff ready. Speaking of
best of, worst of everything, or
we'll do. We'll
see.
We'll give each other a couple things to write down.
We'll write down. So we might have to make it a 2-week event. Who knows?
Or it'll be a 2-part or something. I don't know.
All things dying.
It was really intense. It was like a lot of crazy stuff that happens there. Some of it is almost predictable, but it's still really intense. You're like, oh man, you're like, what is going to happen? What's going to happen to this person next? And it's just like The Walking Dead, where you're like, you sort of start to like someone, and then something bad happens to them, and damn you, Walking Dead.
Yeah, and they do it in the Telltale game. They do it just to get your goat too. You're like, there's a romance angle. Oh, really?
No,
really? Really? Really?
More.
Really?
Really? Like, oh, Lee is finally he's finally
getting back to normalcy. Oh, what is that?
Jerks.
That's how they get you. They pull on your heartstrings. So speaking of Telltale, did you hear about the Borderlands?
I did. Borderlands. Well, they're doing Game of Thrones, Borderlands, and there's something else they're doing.
I wonder if Game of Thrones is going to have that same style that they have.
There's another thing. They're getting really big. Like, they must have got a lot of money from the Walking Dead stuff. And they're just pouring it back into content, which is really cool. They must have hired a lot of more people.
They're game designers. That's what they do.
Yeah, well, usually it's just like, oh, well, we got 2 games, we'll ride them out and get the money for them. But they're really just throwing it all out there and see what's going to happen. See what sticks on.
Well, and that's the thing too. That's a good thing about a smaller studio is that they're not just going for profit margin. They're going to have as much creative fun as they can.
Borderlands, by the way, Borderlands 2 free on the PlayStation Store right now for PlayStation Plus members.
If you have PlayStation 3.
Yeah, sorry about it. Well, there's a couple things. Like, there's the other thing I got to talk about. With I forgot that you don't have PlayStation 3 anymore. But we'll get to that. But how do you feel about this? Because you're a big Borderlands fan. I just downloaded it. I haven't even played Borderlands 2.
Honestly, I feel like
Did you play you want to play the Christmas content, don't you?
I see. I didn't even beat the regular story. I just got pretty far into.
I thought you were a bigger
I beat the regular story of Borderlands 1.
Okay.
But I didn't beat the regular story yet. I mean, I could always go back, but it's just that it's such a big open world. And big open world, same thing with GTA.
I get lost. I
always just get lost, and I have fun, as much fun as I can, and then I stop.
And I get bored. I'm like, I've done enough now. I understand.
When I played Skyrim, I actually had to force myself to play through the campaign because I was like, I gotta beat this, or I'm never gonna beat this.
I don't think I've ever finished Skyrim because of that. Because I was just so much open world stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna run over here and do this. Oh, today I'm just gonna kill guards. The whole day.
No, seriously, like that's like you when you can do just about anything you want, you do that. Yeah. One day I just went around looking for dragon shouts, and I had like Fusrodamaga, he's like blows people up with his voice and stuff.
That's why I like GTA better than you do, because I forced myself to finish the campaign.
Well, it's the same thing with Skyrim and me.
I forced myself, and I had to like, come on, we gotta do this because there's so much cool stuff you can do. Like, look at this thing, I can go jump off this building and do this thing. I can do this.
Well, see that
deathmatch.
That's what distracts me when I play GTA. Was like I would be like, okay, I gotta drive to this mission that's all the way on the other side of the city.
But there's 8 things.
Wait, this guy's getting robbed here. Oh, I'm gonna stop this, or I'm gonna go rob this liquor store instead because I need some money. Or I'm going to go to the strip club because I don't know why I do that. I just wasted time there. But I need to go buy a big weapon. And they'd be like, what was I doing? Oh, whatever.
I got to go now. I spent an hour and a half doing this Halo jump that I had to do.
I spent an hour and a half trying to get the stripper to go home with me.
Didn't work.
Swallow sadness. Swallow sadness.
Why are my pants off? Damn it.
She said
wasted my whole day.
She said she just wanted to be friends.
Wasted my whole goddamn day.
Oh, baby, you got some cool hair extensions. What? What is that?
Oh, I like your weave or something. Oh.
Why did he say
hot
that?
Mama.
You're a hot mama.
Michael always says something.
All these guys say stupid things.
You remind me of my mom. But one more thing, the new BioShock Infinite DLC, and I'm really going to talk to you about this. I thought you might have played it, but I forgot that it's for PlayStation 3, not for PlayStation 4. But they have new DLC where it's like
it's for a PC though too, right? I still haven't played it, but
is it? It could be. But do you have it on PC? I don't know.
Well, the thing is, they came out with the first. I didn't get the season pass. They came with the first expansion. I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. And then I read the review, and it's basically like, it's like 2 hours long, and it costs $15. And I'm like, that's kind of short for $15.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's like, can I get a package deal with the first and the second one for $15, and then I'll pay $15? Because that sounds kind of dumb that I'd pay for like a prologue, and then it reminds me of that thing that Metal Gear is doing. They did it with, I think. With the Metal Gear 3. They did it with one of the Metal Gears, and then they're kind of doing it with Ground Zeroes and the new Metal Gear, where like one's really short and you're still paying almost retail price for it, and then there's like another one that's the regular length and you're paying for it again instead of just being a prologue and then playing the whole game.
Well, that's how they make their money. I guess.
Yeah, but it's like that kind of thing is so hinky.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So I'm kind of reserving judgment. I might just skip to the second one because I don't, Booker's story for me is done. I don't need to see an alternate world Booker, which is basically what the first expansion one is. It's like
the second.
It's like a noir back in Rapture, and it's Booker, and you're playing Booker again, and you're like,
well, there's alt world Elizabeth in this one they were talking about.
Yeah, which I play because it's a different thing for me. Like I haven't got to play as Elizabeth yet. Like playing as Booker. Wow, you're Booker again. Well, the story's done.
But I think the thing is, alt-world Elizabeth is like a completely different Elizabeth, I guess.
Which is good.
What I watched Up at Noon with Greg Miller.
Greg Way.
If you could link us, Greg. No, okay.
I'll put it in the search things of Greg Way and Greg Miller.
It won't work. Courtney Draper, who was the voice of Elizabeth, one of the main girl that's with Booker. He's protecting her, sort of.
Yeah, let's not spoil it.
Yeah,
it's not a year yet.
Protecting her, yeah.
It's not a year.
But
like Walking Dead season 1, people.
Play that game. Damn it. So she's really innocent she's like an innocent bystander, a very innocent,
Well, she's lived a super sheltered life.
Yeah,
like she's literally been
kept
prisoner.
So that's what you kind of see in the actual game BioShock Infinite. But in this one, she's like the exact opposite. Like she's
Good.
like sultry almost. There's a lot of things that
Is it noir? Is it
this is just
you
what she was
it?
talking about.
Oh,
This is just what she was talking about.
It.
Yeah, and she's like, I can't tell you too much about it, obviously, because I want you to play it. But it was very different. I had to play a completely different character doing it, really. But still trying to keep the same character in it. Just as
because you can't
more confident.
You can't just be a completely different character.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like
And that's where the Elizabeth porn came up with it. She's like, yeah, people send it to me all the time, which is
you Google it right after.
Do you think I did? Do you think that Troy Baker gets sent like Last of Us porn?
Like Joel and Ellie?
Yeah.
Probably. And I bet it's out there too. I'm not going to look for it.
I have not checked for that. That would be weird.
That's a testament to that game, because that game establishes her as a daughter figure. You don't feel any sexual attraction to her in the game, which you kind of do to Elizabeth, because you don't think of her as a daughter until like, oh, by the way, she's your daughter. And you're like, what? No, weird boner. Weirdest boner ever.
Did you just give a spoiler by mistake there?
Yeah. Sure. Whatever. Play it. Shut up. It's being nominated for Game of the Year, by the way. Did you know that?
Do you think it should win?
No, not at all. Last of Us all the way. Yeah, it's funny because I played a lot of the
spoiler for next week.
Played a lot of the Game of the Year candidates, and I was happy. Candidates, yeah. And I was really happy that with my choice.
You know what? BioShock Infinite's controls took me out of the game. The controls were so okay. I'm gonna move. I felt like I was swimming in the game. Trying to move, and Jess actually had to stop watching when I was playing, because I played before you gave me the disc. I played the hour-long time trial, and for 45 minutes of the trial, I'm just walking, trying to get to the first thing, and I'm like. And she's like, I had to stop watching because I was getting dizzy. Because I was like, I'm trying to control it. I'm over here.
That's like us in first-person shooters, so, to be honest.
Yeah, I've never been
I still remember you playing Halo when we played Halo against each other, and you're just looking up and I'm shooting you because you're like, pretty bad.
The only first-person shooter game I can really ever remember being good at was Resistance. We were actually really good. We were good at Resistance. We had a good team. We were like the Army of Two, except better than Army of Two.
No, we were good in Army of Two, but that was the third person.
I think we were better than in this game in Resistance than we were in Army of Two. But I love Resistance. I kind of wish they'd make more of those, but alas, it seems to have fallen by the wayside.
Because Resistance 3 was so terrible. Resistance 3 was so mediocre. Not terrible, mediocre.
I liked the story where it was going in 2. I just never played.
Supposedly 3 had a really good story, but it was really choppy. Basically, here's a scene, cut. Now it's 3 months later, and you're like, okay.
Well, it's tough because you didn't really know the hero. They didn't really give you a good hero in Resistance. That was the good thing. The hero was the background and everything was going on. It was but you were you almost felt like you were no-named.
So you're saying Nathan Hale's not a good hero?
You felt like you were no-named in it. They didn't really give him enough exposition, I think, through the first 2 to make a third one wow.
And then he went full-on Chimera. Spoiler, again. It's like a spoiler episode.
Yeah, and I don't want to play a Chimera. No thanks. Creepy-ass Chimera. That's all I gotta do. I got nothing else in here. Oh, no, I do. The PS4 report. This is the state of the PS4.
For a second, I thought this was
10 minutes.
Because they changed the format on the camera, and they used to have the time up here. I thought it wasn't recording, and I pooped a little bit. So let's get back into it. Yeah, no, I looked down and saw they have the red light down there. So by the way, before we go to that, they just did a big update on the phone, but the big update changed almost nothing. And reset all the stupid tutorial things that are like, you can move your phone back and forth and look at stuff. If you look at your phone, it looks you in the face and then it doesn't turn off. I'm like, I know this. Stop telling me this. Stop. Slide your finger across the screen. I don't care. Leave me alone.
If it vibrates, put it in your butt.
If it has an old man voice, like a creepy old man voice like that, it'd be perfect. But it doesn't. It just shows this stupid thing that splashed up my screen.
Did you know you could take pictures with this?
There's text messages. They're like messages, but with text. I'm like,
you'll never need to write a letter again.
Thanks. Does it say like I'm a senior somewhere where I need need all the tutorials all over again?
Do you know what a phone is?
I said, stop! I'm gonna dip you in water again. Stop it!
It's still working, right?
No, it's a different one.
Oh, that's what it is. Whatever.
Yeah, but yeah. So PlayStation 4, I'm still loving you, PlayStation 4, but you need to get me some games, and you need to stop teasing me with these games. Supposedly Sonic Racing's coming out today. You know what? I'm so starved for games. I'm gonna play Sonic. I'm gonna play the shit out of Sonic Racing.
That sounded like Sonic Racing. Yeah. Yay!
Well, because the Drive Club, which was a racing game, and I'm not even a big racing game fan, but I just want content at this point. It was supposed to be free at launch. It was supposed to come out. It didn't come out. It got postponed.
They're supposed to have a ton of stuff.
So much stuff got postponed.
There's like 3 or 4 good games.
Resogun is fun. Obviously, you saw me playing that for a little bit. It's fun. It's not really my style. But it's fun.
Did you beat Assassin's Creed yet?
Still playing through it again. Open world Lost. I'm like, I gotta climb this tree and get a save.
I think I'm like 65 or 70% sync, but I had to finish it. I'm like, nah,
well, the worst part too is
I could do the ship battles forever, but then I think
I've tried to like do this thing where I'm rushing through, but then like I'll rush through and I'll go through like the zone where this fortress shoots me out of the water, and I'm like, wait, and then they'll send me back all the way back to the beginning. I'm like, okay, I'm done playing.
Dude, murder those fortresses, okay? Murder them.
No, this one was like the hard 5-star fortress.
The legendary ships are terrible.
Yeah, I ran into one of those by mistake. I was like, what is this guy doing? Hey, he's trying to kick my ass. Oh, no!
They are so bad. Like, I don't know how to beat any of them yet. And I've played at least 3 of them. I think there's 4. One has 2 ships, and they get right in alongside you and just shoot the crap out of you on both sides. I'm like, oh,
so mad game of the year.
Fantastic. I loved it. I thought it was a good game, but it was a game of the year for me. That's next week. Spoiler guy. I liked Edward Kenway. I just like this. And I played the Adewale. Did I tell you I played Freedom's Cry?
You didn't tell me that.
I did. It was some great content. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't.
I heard it's kind of boring.
It wasn't too long. I like Adewale's character, and I kind of like that they were doing like almost like a love interest between him and there's this like Haitian brothel type owner lady, and
when you're playing it, did you go black people?
It was like he's like you get like free slaves all the time, and I realized I was talking about freeing slaves, and there's a black guy right behind me like, hey. Sorry, this is weird.
Freeing slaves in a game that white people play, and so they have less guilt.
It's like, see, I free slaves too, man. Huh?
Look, I freed that guy. He's not a real. Yeah. He's not real, obviously. I would have done that if I were an assassin in third person.
That's actually when I went to Anna's comedy show. There was a guy right behind me. I'm like,
freeing slaves.
I might have freed your parents.
Your grandparents. How old are you? I'm gonna go shoot myself.
I'm gonna die of embarrassment. But it was a fun game, and I like the content. It wasn't the best content that ever was made. It wasn't, but I like the story.
It would be.
I like that he got his own ship. I don't know why they you could buy upgrades for his ship.
Did he call it the Dodjack?
It was like some Spanish name. It was like the Enrique Eside or something like that. It was like
the Enrique Iglesias. We're gonna say it.
Well, he stole it from someone. That's right.
Yeah, but you name your ship. You don't.
Well, I'm pretty sure he took the name of whatever the ship was, but
it's lazy out of Wally.
I still got to mess up some ships. I love some new sea battles. There's a couple sea missions in it, and altogether, I think it was pretty fun. It was also years after the game had ended. It was I think it was 15 years or so after the actual events of the game. So that was kind of cool. Kind of further the timeline a little bit. I like that.
It's interesting. I will play it, but I there's so much content that I want to get through the main story first, and I need a time to do that, which is going to be after the holidays at this point, because tomorrow I'm going to be cleaning more cleaning. I'm like Cinderella here. Cinderella man. Cinderella man. You gotta
excavate some rooms, so I understand that.
No, it looks good up there though. It's looking nice. Jamie did a good job too, and
he's got all the in-laws, all of them.
Yeah, but
it's like a family reunion going on in your house.
Just the Kens and the wives are staying. That was the easiest way to say it. Ken and Sue.
Also, Kira and Ted staying somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, because Ted's super allergic to cats, and so he's gonna come over for a little bit and
just wear a mask.
Yeah. And wear one of those Chinese masks you have to wear in Beijing now.
He's gonna have a gas mask on.
By the way, have you seen Beijing at all? You can't see it.
Shanghai was like that too.
You can't see him.
Like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Holy moly!
It was like completely smogged up.
No way!
And, no, the best.
No way!
Dude, the best part about this was China had actually posted this thing about the 5 good things about the smog. 5 good things. I cannot remember all of them. I'll try to remember some of them.
At least you won't have to worry about getting old.
One of them was like, you learn about the English word for smog. That was one of them. The American word for or English word for smog. I was like, and
so
one was like,
is that like a hidden burn to try and blame it on the English people?
It gave more people. It gave more people conversation, and they learned more. That's what another thing was.
But you can't talk because you have a mask on.
No, but they learn more about like air pollution because of that. So
you also stay indoors more.
This is a good learning opportunity. Okay,
you stay indoors more.
I think one was like spending more time with friends and family or something like that bullshit like that.
You can't go anywhere.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's called China, man. It's called China. That's what they do.
And I'm like, yay! This is hilarious.
They probably have a list of like the 5 good things about Chinese prisons. You get thinner because we feed you just white rice. The stabbing thing can also help you lose weight because the blood.
You learn a pain tolerance from getting whipped all the time.
You learn the Chinese word for ass rape because that's what's happening to you every day. By the guards.
It was. I'll have to see if I can find the link to the. It was like on the news thing. It was
well, if there's a YouTube link, Matt said it to me.
Hilarious! It was
right
so
here.
funny. I was like, this is great.
I'll link something else right here. Vsauce. Go to Vsauce, people.
I made Jess watch a bunch of Vsauce.
So good.
And some Honest Trailers. Have you watched Honest Trailers before?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we watched Honest Trailers. We watched a bunch of Honest Trailers.
But Vsauce is like my nerd boner, so it's like I watched like.
Jess wasn't feeling Vsauce much, so
I literally fell in that hole for 3 hours straight. Watched just all the Vsauce stuff that was up there. I was like, give me.
Did you go to Vsauce 2 or Vsauce 3? Though?
Yes, all of them. I went to all the Vsauce. I went to the video game one. Me. I went to the random trivia one. Not random, random stuff.
So
one.
all Vsauce
and
all
the
time.
The pure science, the hard science one. Yes,
Science!
Give me this stuff. Give me the, and I was so like It was funny because I watched the one on the black holes, really cool. And I think I probably said it already, but I watched the black holes, and that's what hooked me because I was like, that is correct. That's what would happen. Theoretically, I've even been in the black hole.
I enjoy the science, just learning about all that kind of stuff. Like I watched one. What if the sun disappeared? I was like, who even thinks of this stuff?
That would suck.
And yeah, it was like if the sun were to just disappear. He's like, if the sun were to theoretically just disappear, like be gone from. He's like, this obviously is very improbable, but this is what would happen still.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good for us.
Well, actually, he's like, you could technically be alive on the Earth for like a year or two, because of the ambient heat and the geothermal heat from the Earth. There would still be some warmth, but then obviously, things would get colder and colder. We just spin out into space.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on where we're flying in our trajectory.
Well, unless we hit into something else, I guess. But that'd probably be merciful death if you think about that. So,
although we're
freezing to death,
we'd be going a lot slower than the Kuiper Belt though, because Kuiper Belt's small rocks, so they'd be shot off a lot faster. That would suck.
Yeah, that would blow.
But Matt, what if the sun turned into a black hole? How about that?
We'd also be messed up. I didn't see that one, but we'd also be messed up.
Actually, if the sun turned into a black hole, we would be messed up, but we'd stay in orbit. We'd actually stay in the exact orbit we're in. Because black holes have the same exact mass as.
Why wouldn't we be alright then?
Well, because there's no heat or light given off.
Because it sucks all the heat and light in.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
I don't know. I guess it would be.
I mean, it'd still be about as long as being tossed off, like being shot off into space like a marble.
Shot up into space! No, well, he's like, actually, if you got shot off into space, theoretically, the speed you'd be going at, like, in about 1 billion years, we'd go a quadrillion, or, like, a bunch of quadrillion miles, and it would be theoretically, we could catch on to another orbit of a star, and then our planet, theoretically, we'd probably be dead.
What's left, everything.
We'd be dead, but life could start anew, because there'd be microbes. There'd still be microbes left. So the microbes could theoretically evolutionize life in a couple billion years from now.
How awesome that would be! Like if we found a star that had someone else's.
I almost want to put that in my story, like how like that.
Yeah, you haven't sent me your story recently.
I haven't worked on it recently. I was reading Insurgent, the second book in the Divergent trilogy there, and so I'm thinking I'm going to do a little more.
This is my disproven face.
I don't care.
Young teen novels.
Don't be a hater. I actually didn't think it was that great, but I'm still going to read the third book just so I can finish the trilogy out. But,
well, I'm going to just get drunk so I can be Hercules.
He's back.
I am Hercules.
Only if you're wearing that jacket, okay?
Put the hood up.
Stay classy, guys.
We didn't talk about PS4, by the way.
50th anniversary. You sort of did, then you just got off on a rant, so it's
Yeah.
all good.
It's more fun that way anyway. PS4, get me some games now. Fin Fang Foom people.
Live long and prosper. Stay
Merry
classy.
and happy.
Merry Christmas.
and happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah was like 3 weeks ago.
You know what? It's still okay.
Happy Boxing Day, guys.
Happy Boxing Day. Macklemore.